So like block diagram of computer, types of memories, input and output devices, right? So let's continue with your previous topic, that is output devices. So in the previous class we learned about some of the important concepts in fundamentals of computers, right students? So let's continue with your previous topic, that is output devices. Okay? See, output devices are classified into two types. What are they? Soft copy output devices and hard copy output devices. Okay? So what is meant by soft copy? The data that is stored on the system is called as soft copy, and the printed copy is called as hard copy, right students? So what are the soft copy devices? Monitor, projector and speakers. So hard copy devices are printer and plotter, right students? So what is monitor? Yes, of course, monitor is a standard output device which is used to display the information to the user, right? We have different types of monitors like CRT monitors, CRT monitors, LCD monitors, LED monitors, plasma monitors, etc. Now what is the full form of CRT students? CRT monitors. What is the full form of CRT? So you are from which branch? Very good students. Yes. So what is the full form of CRT? So we have different types of monitors. So CRT is the older one. So what is the full form of CRT? Cathode ray tube monitors. Cathode ray tube monitors. So what about LCD and LED monitors students? So what is the full form of LCD and LED? See, LCD and LED monitors provides better quality than CRT monitors. Okay, come on students. So what is the full form of LCD and LED? Full form of LCD and LED. Very good Srivalli. Very fast response, okay. See, only one response. Very good from ADC KKD, okay. LCD. LCD, okay. Very good Sri Suza, very good. S. Liquid crystal display. LCD stands for liquid crystal display and LED stands for light emitting diode. Okay. So when coming to the projector, projector is an output device. Why? Because projector accepts the data from digital source. So that means it accepts the data that is stored in hard disk, pen drive, CDs, DVDs, etc. and it helps to project it on the screen or wall. So projector accepts the data from digital source and it helps to project it on the screen or wall. There are two types of projector students, LCD projectors and DLP projectors. As again we have two types of projectors, LCD liquid crystal display, DLP digital light processing. Yeah. So what is the use of speakers students? Speakers. So speakers is used to produce the sound. That means it accepts the sound from the system and it produces the sound to the outside world, right? So that's the speakers comes under output. Clear students? So this is about soft copy devices. Hard copy devices. S. Printers and plotters. Again, so printers. So printer is an output device that is used to produce a physical form of an output, that is a printed copy. Printer is used to produce a printed copy of the information which is stored in the computer. So we have different types of printers, so like dot matrix printers, daisy wheel printers, line printers, okay, and laser printers, inkjet printers. But based on the printing technology, again printers are divided into two types. Sorry students. Impact printers and non-impact printers. Okay students, what is impact printer? Yes, printers are divided into two types, impact and non-impact. So what is meant by impact printer and what is meant by non-impact? So why the printers are classified into impact and non-impact, students? So can you tell me the difference between impact and non-impact? The examples of impact printers are dot matrix printers, daisy wheel printers and line printers. Okay, so drum printers, dot matrix printers, daisy wheel printers, line printers are the examples of impact printers, whereas non-impact printers are inkjet printers and laser printers. Okay, now what is the difference between impact and non-impact printers? Yes, what is the difference between impact and non-impact? Impact printer prints the characters by striking an ink ribbon against the paper, right? That means it creates a direct contact between the ink ribbon and paper. So whereas non-impact printers do not strike against the paper. So that is the main difference between impact and non-impact printers. And as of course non-impact printers produce high quality and non-impact printers are noiseless printers. Why? Because see, impact printers make much noise than non-impact printers. So daisy wheel, dot matrix, line printers, okay, drum printers are examples of impact printers. Thermal printers, inkjet printers, laser printers are the examples of non-impact printers. Non-impact printers uses cartridge based ink ribbons. So why? Because those ribbons are used to spray or drip, or they can use laser technology or electrostatic or chemical or inkjet technology to print the characters. So that's why non-impact printers do not strike an ink ribbon against the paper. Clear students? So next one is plotters. Yes, of course, plotter is a special printer that is used to print a large text or graphics. So why? Because plotter is widely used in engineering purpose areas to draw drawings, graphs, charts, etc. Instead of stoners, plotters uses pen, pencil, markers or any other drawing tools to draw graphs, charts or other type of drawings. Okay. So that is about plotters. Plotters are used to produce a large text or graphics. Very good students. So with this we have completed input and output devices. Yes. And next one is the most important thing is operating system. Okay students, what is meant by operating system? So which we call it as OS. So what is meant by operating system? Come on students. So what is meant by operating system? Yes, very good. Yes, plotter is a special printer. It produces high quality. Come on students. So what is meant by operating system? Come on students. So what is meant by operating system? See, OS is the main software that is used to run other softwares in the system, right? So what is meant by operating system? Venkatramana, is OS is used to store the data? Very good, Lalita. Very good, Hamisuri Lakshmi. Yes, your answer is right. Very good. Yes. So before going to the definition of OS, so let me tell you what is software and what is hardware. What is software? Software is a set of programs. What is program? Set of instructions. So that means software is a set of programs or instructions that is specially designed to perform a specific task. So right, softwares are again divided into mainly two types: application software and system software. So softwares are classified into two types: system software and application software. So what is system software? System software is a software that is specially designed to run the system hardware, and it provides the platform to run other programs, that means other softwares. So system software is the main software that is installed in the computer to interact with other softwares or to run the hardware components. Okay. So what are the examples of system software? The best example of system software is OS. Okay. S compiler. Compilers, interpreters, device drivers. So these are the examples of system softwares. OS is nothing but operating system, right? So what is compiler? So the examples of system softwares are OS, operating system, compilers, interpreters, assemblers, okay, device drivers, etc. Comes under system softwares. So mainly operating system. See, OS means OS is an interface between application, that means user application, and the computer hardware. So that means it acts as a mediator in between the user applications and the computer hardware. Right students? Very good. Yes, system software controls the operations of the system. What is compiler, students? What is compiler? Yes, of course, mainly two types, and programming languages comes under application software. But that is the third category of softwares that are used to write the programs like C, C++, Java, etc. Right? So what is compiler? Come on students, what is compiler? What is compiler? Compiler is not a programming language. Yes, of course, yes, compiler is a software, right? But what is compiler? What is the use of compiler? No. Bhagya Rajashri. Very good. Okay students, so now my question is, so what is computer understandable language? So we have three types of programming languages, that means mission language, assembly level language and high level language, right? Very good. Yes, the computer understandable language is mission language. So that means any program that is written either in assembly or in high level language must be converted into mission level language. So for that purpose we need translators. See, translators are softwares that are used to convert or translate a particular language to mission level language. See, compiler. Yes, compiler is a software that is used to translate high level language to mission level language. Compiler is a program or software that is used to translate high level language program to mission level language. Whereas interpreter, yes, interpreter is also used to translate high level language to mission level language. Okay, so both are used to translate high level language to mission level language. But what is the difference between compiler and interpreter? What is the difference between compiler and interpreter? Difference between compiler and interpreter. Very good from ADC KKD. So what is the difference between compiler and interpreter? Compiler and interpreter. So anyone in the class? So can you tell me the difference between compiler and interpreter? Come on students. Compiler and interpreter. Interpreter is used to translate high level language program to mission level language, whereas compiler is also used to translate high level language to mission level language. Then I am asking about the difference between compiler and interpreter. Okay, so what is the difference between compiler and interpreter? See, compiler and interpreter both are used to translate high level to mission level, but compiler translates the whole program at a time, whereas interpreter translates line by line of the program. So that means compiler translates entire program at a time, whereas interpreter translates one line at a time. So that is the main difference between compiler and interpreter, right? Assembler. Assembler is used to translate assembly level language to mission level language. Okay. So what are the examples of OS? Windows, Unix, Linux, okay, Mac OS, Android, iOS, etc. Okay. So Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac OS, so are the best examples of operating systems which are used in laptops, desktops, notebooks, etc. Android, iOS are used in mobile phones, tablets, etc. So iOS is mainly used in Apple products. Okay students. So what is application software? Very good. Yes. So application software is a software that is specially designed to perform a specific task. What are the examples of application software? So Word is an application software, Excel, PowerPoint, Notepad. So gaming softwares. See, all the softwares that are installed in our systems are called as application softwares except OS, okay? So that means yes, MS Office is an application software. Okay, Notepad is an application software, Paint is an application software. So all the gaming softwares comes under application software. So this is about software. So now OS is a system software. So which acts as an interface between user and the application, computer hardware, right? So what is hardware? Simply physical components of a system is called as hardware, or the peripheral components is called as hardware. So like CPU, keyboard, mouse, monitor, printer, scanner, modem, etc. Okay, so all the physical components of the system comes under hardware. So which we call it as hardware devices. Clear, students? Okay. So this we have completed fundamentals of computers. Okay. So now let's revise the word components. How can we open MS Word by using run command, students? So what is the shortcut method to open MS Word window? So let's revise some of the concepts in MS Word. See, someone asked about mail merge in MS Word. Mail merge, okay? How can we open MS Word window by using run? See, the shortcut method is just enter the word in search bar, okay? So just click on Word 2010, right, students? Or else go to run, okay? So what is the shortcut key for run? Windows plus R to open the run window. Again enter win word to open the word window, MS Word window, right? Then what is mail merge? What is the extension of MS Word document, students? What is the extension of MS Word document? So what is the extension of MS Word document? Compiler is only used to convert high level language to mission level language, whereas OS controls the internal operations of the system. OS provides the platform to run other softwares. Yes, there is a difference between compilers and OS. Compiler is used in C language to convert the C program to mission level language to execute the program. Okay. Interpreter is used in Java. So like this, compilers and interpreters are used in high level languages to convert the mission language to execute the program. Yes, of course, if you want to send mails from MS Word, we need to create the Outlook account, Microsoft Outlook account. Very good. So what is the extension of MS Word document, students? Very good. .docx, right? So .docx is the extension of MS Word document, right, students? So now I will show you how to create a mail merge. What is mail merge? Mail merge is used to create multiple documents at once, or else mail merge is used to send the similar letter or the similar documents to multiple recipients. So that is the advantage of mail merge. Okay. So how can we create mail merge? I will just zoom the screen. Okay. Come on, friends, please respond. How can we create the mail merge in MS Word, students? S. Venkatramana. How can we create the mail merge in MS Word? Yes, very good. Come on, students, please respond. How can we create mail merge in MS Word? So if you want to create, or if you want to send the same letter to multiple recipients, go to mailings, okay, mailings tab in MS Word window. So click on mailings. Is the screen is clear to all? Clear, students? I think screen is that much, not that much of clear. Yes, Satya. Is it clear now? Is it clear now? Very good from ADC KKD. Is it clear now? Okay, so click on mailings tab. So under mailings, go to start mail merge drop down arrow. Okay, yes, you are correct, Satya. So click on start mail merge drop down arrow. Yes, we can create the mail merge by using letters, email messages, envelopes, labels, directory, normal Word document, and the last option is step-by-step mail merge wizard. Yes, so this is the easy way to create mail merge. Step-by-step mail merge wizard. Wizard is nothing but step-by-step process. Okay, so just click on step-by-step mail merge wizard. So when I click on this option, yes, see, mail merge pane will be appeared on the right side of the document, students. So this is called as mail merge pane. Okay, just observe the screen, students. Okay, so what is the first step? See how many steps are there, students? In how many steps we can create the mail merge? So do you remember? Very good from ADC Bhimavaram, very good. Yes. So the first step is select document type. So on mail merge pane, so wizard contains step-by-step process. Now we are in first step. So in the first step, it asks about what type of document do you want to work. So here we are having different options: letters, email messages, envelopes, labels, directory. See, if you want to create mail merge by using letters, just select on letters. See, the default option is letters here. Okay, and go to the bottom of the pane. It contains the next step. Okay, so just click on starting document. So first one is select document type. So if you want to move to the next step, so simply here letters are selected, right? Okay, that means we have done with the first step. So now, so if you want to move to the next steps, see here it is showing that step 1 of 6, right? That means, so we have 6 steps to complete the mail merge. So now we are in first step. If you want to move to the next step, simply click on next starting document link. Just click on this link. Okay, so again it is showing next step and previous step. So we can easily move to the next step and previous step by using this wizard. This is called as mail merge wizard or pane, which is appeared on the right side of the document. So what is your doubt, Venkatramana? Okay, next step is select starting document. This is step 2. So that means it asks about how do you want to set up your letters. So that means it asks about do you want to use the current document or start from a template or start from existing document. See, if you want to use this document, simply select the first option, use the current document. See, if you want to create the letters by using template, what is template, students? So what is meant by template? Come on, students, please respond. What is meant by template? Template. So what is meant by template? Come on, students, please respond. What is meant by template? SF course template is a pre-designed document, right? So if you want to start from a template, select the second option. So or else select the third option, start from existing document. Okay? If you want to move to the next step, so click on next, select recipients. So click on select recipients. So this is the most important step. Why? Because here we can enter a recipients list. Okay. So we are in step 3, right students? Yes, we are in step 3. So in this step, we are having 3 options. Use an existing list. Very good students. Very good Satya. Yes, pre-designed document. So in this step, we are having 3 options. See if you have already created a recipients list, then select use an existing list. So that means if the list is already available in your system, simply you can browse it on your system by selecting this option. Okay. So when you select use an existing list, observe one thing, here browse button is available, so which we call it as link. Okay. So if your list is already available in system, click on browse. So when you click on browse, you will get select data source dialog box. So under this dialog box, you can browse your list. Okay. So or else if you have a list that is available in Outlook contacts, see, select from Outlook contacts, and otherwise select type a new list. See, if the list is not existent in your system, simply you can create a new list by clicking on this option, that is type a new list. So when you select type a new list option, see, create link is available here. If you want to create a new list, simply select type a new list. So if the list is already available in your system, simply select use an existing list, otherwise select type a new list. Click on create. So this is the most important step. So when you click on create, a new address list dialog box will be appeared on the window. We can customize the columns. Why? Because here number of columns are there, like title, first name, last name, company name, address line 1, line 2, etc. So if you want to delete the predefined columns, so here I will delete the company name. Okay. Yes, you will get this message. Again address line 1, delete. Again click on S. So address line 2, delete. Again click on S. So like this you can delete the fields that you do not want to enter the information, right? Click on delete, again click on S. State, home phone, delete. Okay. See, if you want to enter your own field, simply click on add. When you click on add, you will get another dialog box, that is add field dialog box. Just type the name of the field, right? So now I want to enter address. Sorry, address. Okay. So just press enter or click on OK. Is it clear to you all? So if you want to install MS Office, you need key. Okay. And then click on OK. So now what are the columns are available? First name, last name. Okay. 1 second students. So if you want to enter first name, okay, so just enter the details, okay, Suma, last name, address, okay, is phone number, email address, okay. If you want to enter another recipient address, simply click on new entry. Okay. So again phone number and email ID. So like this you can enter the multiple recipients address here, okay. So now I will enter only 2 recipients addresses. Here I want to send my document, that is the same letter to these recipients, and click on OK. So I will just zoom out the screen, students. Okay, when you click on OK, you will get this dialog box, that is save address list. As we need to save that list in our systems, so first select the location. Here I will select my location as desktop and enter the file name. So here I will enter the file name as my list, okay, my list, and click on save. Clear? So, and again it shows the dialog box, that is mail merged recipients list, okay. So it shows all the recipients details, so which we have entered earlier. Okay, so if you want to send all these people, simply you can select all the recipients addresses, otherwise you can deselect the particular entry, okay. So here I want to send my letter to these people. Clear, students? So if you want to sort this data, simply click on sort, or if you want to filter this data, simply click on filter. Click on OK. Clear, students? Yes. So what is the next step? Write your letter. Again I will zoom in the screen. Yes. What is the next step? Write your letter. So just click on write your letter. Yes. So now when you click on write your letter, so now add the, so this is the most important one. So go to mailings tab and click on insert merge field drop down arrow. So that means this is the most important content, so that we have entered earlier, that is title, first name, last names. Just click on merge fields. So these are called as merge fields, and press enter, and again click on insert merge field, and I will enter last name, okay, address, again press enter and go to insert merge field, city, okay. So here if you want to reduce the line spacing, so go to home tab, line spacing, go to line spacing options, just select the 0 points, okay, and click on OK. Now if you want to add the greeting line, so go to mailings, okay, so click on greeting line. Okay, dear Sir or Madam, see to whom it may concern. Here click on OK. So these are the merge fields, and press enter and you can start your typing. So that means type your letter here. Type your letter. Okay. So like this you can start the typing, and after that, so go to mail merge wizard. Okay, so the step 4 is completed. Simply click on the next step, that is preview your letters. So what is the next step, students? Preview your letters. So what is the previous step? Select recipients. Okay, so click on preview your letters. So just observe, students. So we have inserted the field names only, S. So those are called as merge fields. See, the recipients' addresses and details are automatically merged with the document. So that means here the first entry, the first name is Uma in the first entry, the last name is Devi, city and address, okay, and the greeting line, see, dear, first name and last name, that is Uma Devi, right? So those entries are automatically inserted. So if you want to complete the merge, simply click on complete the merge. And now we have completed mail merge. Okay. So go to mailings tab. So now we are in the first recipient. Okay. So when you click on this button, so this is the next entry details like Deepthi K, Hyderabad. Okay, dear Deepthi K. That means, so after dear it shows the first name and last name. These are called as merge fields. Clear, students? So if you want to complete the merge, simply click on finish and merge. So if you want to print the mail merge document, simply click on print documents. So if you want to edit in individual documents, click on edit individual documents, or if you want to send it through email, simply click on send email messages. So if you want to send email messages, you need to create a Microsoft Outlook contacts, Outlook account. Why? Because Outlook is integrated with MS Word, right? So click on edit individual documents. Then in this dialog box, as all is already selected. So if you want to edit a few records, simply enter the first record number to ending record number. So now I will select all, click on OK. I will show you. See, another document is automatically open. Okay. So this is first one. This is first one, students, and this is second one. So why? Because our list contains only 2 entries, right? Yes. So we can edit the documents individually by using edit individual documents list. So this is the process to create mail merge. So mail merge is used to create multiple documents at once, or it is used to send the same letter to multiple recipients. Clear, students? Is it clear to all? So 6 steps are there. So what are the different steps available to create a mail merge? Can you tell me the names of the steps? So by using mail merge, we can send the same like email messages. So we can prepare letters or any type of documents in MS Word. So through MS Word, we can send the email to multiple recipients. Okay. Come on, students. So can you tell me the names of the different steps? Please respond, students. So if you have any doubts in MS Word, just post your questions. See, to install MS Office, we need key, okay? See, we can't download it from Google. Come on, students, please respond. Okay, students, now I'll ask a few questions on shortcut keys on MS Word. Okay. So what is the shortcut key for subscript? So what is the shortcut key for subscript, students? See, if you have any doubts on particular command in MS Word, you can ask it in chat box. Okay. Post your questions on chat box. Is it clear to you all? So what is the third step, students? So previewer letters, okay. Again you can move to the previous. So okay. So third step is select recipients. So if the list is already available in our system, now our list is available in our system, just select use an existing list. Okay. So if you want to edit the recipient list, click on edit recipient list or else select a different list. So click on browse. So for the first time, the browse link is available on this step. Okay. So our list is available on my desktop. Go to desktop, click on my list and click on open. So this is the most important step. Why? Because yes, we can create a new list which contains recipients details. Okay. So mail merge is used to send the same letter to multiple people, right? Recipient means people's addresses are entered here. Clear? Okay, so go to Microsoft Outlook. So create an email ID, okay, email ID account. So everyone need to create email account, students. So whether it is in Gmail or Microsoft Outlook or any other mail, okay. Very good Jyotika, yes, your answer is right. So shortcut key for subscript. What is the shortcut key for subscript, students? So what is the shortcut key? Okay, someone asked about header and footer. So what is the use of header and footer? Header means top of the page and footer means bottom of the page. So if you want to put the common information in all the pages of the document, then we use header and footer without entering individually in different pages, right? So if you want to put the common information like college name, okay. So here two pages are available in another document. Now let's create header and footer. So go to insert and click on header or footer, or else the shortcut method is simply double click on the top of the page. So now here I'll enter a college name, okay. See students, so now I'll enter Aditya Degree College text in header section, right? So now we are in first page, right students? Go to the next page. See, so this is the advantage of header and footer. So that means header and footer is used to put the common information, that means text, pictures, clip arts or anything that can be placed in header and footer is applied to all the pages in the document. So why? Because yes, here the text is applied in first page, right? Now that text is available, that means applied to all the other pages in the document. So like this we can place any type of information in header area or footer area which is common to the entire document. Clear? Very good. Control plus equal to is the shortcut key for subscript. See how to add a new page in the document. Press Control plus enter. See, someone asked about how to add sheet, not a sheet. In MS Word, document contains pages. So how to insert a new page, students? Press Ctrl plus Enter, or else you can go to Insert command, Insert tab, click on blank page. So again new page is inserted, right? So one empty page is automatically inserted, right students? So Ctrl plus Enter is the shortcut key to insert a blank page. Okay students, thank you everyone. So last step is complete the merge, okay? Complete the merge. Okay students, practice all the commands, okay? Thank you students, thank you everyone. We'll meet in the next class.